live from the Shire when I set this interview up, but it's good to talk to our old friend T-Bob Hebert, now of Barstool Sports, where just like everybody else at Barstool, the resume is long. How many shows are you currently on?
Right now, so my main gig here is Wake Up Barstool,
Right.
the new Fox FS1 morning show that
Mhm.
today, Awful Announcing put out a headline. Microscopic audience for Wake Up Barstool somehow grows even smaller.
Yeah.
So that's my main job. And then I do Unnecessary Roughness, College
Yeah.
Football Pod.
Yeah.
And then, fill in. We do a bunch of fun
You
stuff.
do
I
a
did,
lot
like,
of
the
run-ins
Bracket
on
Pod.
mostly sports too.
Yeah, I do Monday run-ins. Mostly I filled in there when Titus was on paternity leave. I did Bracket Pod this week.
Yeah.
We did a snake draft. It's just there's a bunch of different shows out of this building, so I just hop on a lot of stuff. I got stoned and tried to explain Roman history to some of my coworkers.
Yeah.
The story of
As one does.
of Sulla.
Yeah.
And if you want to listen to that, it's called High School. I think it comes out in like a week or two.
Mhm.
And you can listen to me go through a full-blown panic attack, work through a panic attack during the pod because I got too high. And here I am trying to teach these people about Sulla. It was great. It was very fun.
A sports talk Mississippi reference when I just say marijuana. All right. Well, I'm glad you're doing well. I was in Chicago and I tried to see you, and you had gone to do a house inspection or something. I was very disappointed.
Yeah, bro.
But I even wore a purple shirt for you today. Look at this.
Look, next time for sure. That's one thing. I love Chicago from what I've seen of it, but what I've seen of it is not much. It's
like
been a
blocks.
very I live in the suburbs, like an hour north. I come to work and hang out here all day, but it's a very fun place to hang out for what it's worth.
Yeah, I was in this. I got to see the studio, and yeah, it's a great place. Let's talk some college.
Oh yeah, you came by with Brandon, huh?
I did.
Yeah.
I've been to the New York studio, and I've been to the Chicago.
Brian, you look great, by the way, bro. What are you doing?
I exercise and I eat better. I did.
Hell yeah, dude.
I did the hard. I did it the hard way, and
it's the best way.
I'm down 103.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Brian, that's amazing, man. Yeah, let's go, dude.
I was 370, and now I'm 267.
It feels good, don't it?
It feels good.
I've been trying myself.
You say that, but
look
then
us.
I'll be out there walking. I'll just be like, God, I hate this so much. I don't want to do this.
But like, as another fat guy who's been losing weight, like, you're never gonna like it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You like the endorphins afterwards.
Yeah, it feels good after.
And being partial to drugs myself, that's generally what I'm chasing and focusing on. But like the doing is always gonna. Yeah, exactly right. The doing is always going to suck.
Yeah.
But once you accept that, that's when you can start doing it.
I like that. Motivational. I like that. All right. Don't yell at me for asking this question, but why is LSU's offense not as good as it should be? You yell at me, I'm coming back at you.
No, it's I don't know. I don't exactly know. I think there's a few surface level takes that you can give here, right? A lot of people questioning Joe Sloan. You make that move to go from Mike Denbrock to Joe Sloan right after a Heisman season, which you had the best offense in the entire country. And since then, you haven't been quite as good. But then you look at last year, and you were seemingly better than you were this year. Offensive line, right? I mean, here you had last year a bunch of guys go to the NFL, probably the most talented pass blocking line I had ever seen, even if they weren't the best run blockers. But even then, it's not like it's not like the quality of the linemen this year seems like terribly poor or anything. Some people point to the sort of alleged or rumored Garrett Nussmeier torso injury, right? Is that a reason why they're not pushing the ball downfield? But I got to be completely honest. Because of this job and because of what I've been like having to commit my time to, I've had to be a lot more NFL. I mean, like normally I would watch the LSU film for like 4 hours on a Sunday night, right? And pick apart every meticulous detail. And I have not broken down on film yet what's been going wrong. Also, I've just been excited about the defense.
They've been really good.
Like, it's like, if you're telling me that offense is the problem on an offense with Garrett Nussmeier and all those weapons, like, I like those chances a lot better because I saw having the best offense in the country with Jaden Daniels and what it can do when your defense is just absolute crap.
Yeah.
And this year's defense is great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to lose with Weeks in the manner that they did last week and not really miss a beat, hold Florida 10 points, 5 turnovers. Mansour Delane is a monster. The transfers, Blake Baker finally figuring out Harold Perkins' best position, that star linebacker safety position. Blake Baker, promises made, promises delivered. LSU top 10 in stop rate in the entire country right now.
Yeah.
Stop rate's a great stat. It's very simple. It's not analytic. All it is when the other team gets the ball, what percentage of the time do they score?
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, when Jaden was winning the Heisman, LSU was in the 40s on stop rate. Teams had a better than coin flip chance of ending with points every time they touched the ball. I want to say right now they're like 80-something%.
That's awesome.
So, like, I find it hard to be like, to me, the lead story is the emergence of the defense, and the sub story is the struggling offense. And I would still bet that this offense gets it figured out.
I think I'm going to agree with you on that too, because Nussmeier's he's too good. Once he'll get right. I do believe that. What's in the SEC this year, good or bad? What's been the thing that surprised you the most?
The quarterbacks. How about this? Do you know who the highest rated quarterback in the SEC is right now?
Is it Pavia?
Ty Simpson.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Do you know who the lowest rated quarterback in the SEC is right now?
Isn't it?
Garrett Nussmeier.
Oh, the Nuss guy.
How crazy is that, dude?
But it could be Arch. I could have been right.
That's what I'm saying. He's down there. I think he might be second to last. But then you extend it to DJ Lagway. You extend it to Lenore Sellers. Mm-hmm. All these guys. And really, this is going on throughout the country, Brian. Like, if you look at preseason top 10 quarterback lists and what you would do trying to make that list today, they could not be more different. Could not. And I kind of love that. Mm-hmm. I think it makes for a very volatile and exciting situation where it's really hard to predict or what to expect every single weekend. But yeah, that's easily been my biggest surprise of the season thus far, is all these guys that I thought that were going to be awesome have really struggled out the gate. And then some who I was maybe underrating have played very well.
So you kind of hit on Simpson there. Are we writing off Alabama too soon?
Potentially. I mean, Wisconsin sucks, but they look damn good. Yeah. And maybe Florida State's better than we give them credit for. Because, I mean, you go back and you watch that Alabama-Florida State game, and that Florida State D-line looked different. Mm-hmm. They had the Alabama O-line in an absolute blender, and so you ask yourself, okay, they were obviously able to expose Bama, but who else is going to be bringing a D-line like that to bear? And there may not be many, which would set the table for Alabama to come back quite nicely and quite strongly. Now, I hope I'm wrong. I hope they suck. Well, I'm not even saying that they're going to. I'm still not sure exactly where I lie there.
Yeah.
But certainly they have mitigated the damage, right? Mm-hmm. They have stemmed the bleeding with a couple of confidence-inducing performances here, especially that game Saturday against Wisconsin, where you saw Ryan Williams come alive again for what felt like the first time in basically a full calendar year.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he had a 100-yard game since maybe the Georgia one, or maybe a couple one after that. So if I was an Alabama fan, what started in complete panic would have me now feeling a bit more bullish.
That being said, are you prepared to tell your children about 3-2 Alabama hosting 5-0 Vanderbilt?
Oh my God, that would be incredible.
It's going to happen.
That would be incredible. Who does Alabama have that's going to give him the second loss this weekend?
No, next weekend. Next weekend.
Okay, next
They're
weekend.
off this weekend.
Yeah, I mean,
and Vandy has Utah State and Georgia State.
Yeah, wow,
it's gonna happen.
3-2 Bama against 5-0 with revenge on the mind. Too,
you want to know what's even sweeter than that? If let's just play the game, and let's say Pavia gets them again, right? And then we've got 3-3 Alabama going to 5-0 Missouri.
Now Mizzou is interesting.
They are really good.
They are a team that Eli Drinkwitz has established a level of consistency that I thought was beyond Mizzou, which is a bit unfair, I guess, when you look at their history. Like, they've had successful runs before. This is not like South Carolina where, like, Spurrier is the only time where it was good, or some other schools. Like, they've had good runs before, but I don't know. I guess I took it for granted. And Drinkwitz, and you know what else? A lot of times in life, it's timing can be as important as anything. Mm-hmm. And it comes at a time where Mizzou got really friendly SEC schedules these last 2 years, as friendly as can be in this league. I mean, if you just look at opponent win-loss totals, this is the second year in a row where I think they're the only team whose opponents had a sub-500 record entering the year. And credit to them, they are taking full advantage of it, and they look good. I mean, Ahmad Hardy coming over from ULM, where he was awesome last year. He's great. He's a Heisman candidate. Bo Pribula's been excellent. I don't know how he was in a quarterback battle until the end.
Yeah.
The defense continues to be good. And what's interesting about Mizzou is I don't think they get credit for this. They're a bit like LSU and Georgia. And obviously Georgia's like them, but only more so because they have in that they're the flagship.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're the
Going to put a pause on that conversation. We'll come back to the
show in town. All the state's economy and resources get pushed into it, whatever those resources may be. And it has allowed them in the NIL and transfer portal era to bring in really good players consistently to supplement their high school recruiting and make. I mean, again, I think Mizzou makes the playoffs. I think that big Kansas test was the one that was maybe going to push them to 9-3. I think they probably go 10-2 and they're in there.
Who should Florida hire?
I mean, Alex Golish is a name that has to be attractive right now.
Love him.
Obviously, right? Come from South Florida. Probably one of the hottest names in the market is going to be John Sumrall. Mm-hmm. What he's done, taking over Willie Fritz at Tulane, even though, Willie Fritz had him in a good spot.
Yeah.
But to have the good year last year with the AAC championship appearances, to have the 2-11-2 seasons with the Sun Belt championships at Troy, and now to have Tulane looking like they should maybe be the favorite for that G5 spot. They got to finish. But again, the favorite in the context of losing Darian Mensah to Duke, losing Mekhi Hughes to Oregon, I talked to Summerall about this the other day. He brought back 5 starters. Mm-hmm. I think they lost like 10 or 11 guys to other schools, and yet they haven't missed a beat. And maybe you could say they got a lucky stroke with Jake Retzloff, but hey, we all got to take advantage of the opportunities when they arrive to us. And so I feel like Sumrall and Golish are two of the hot names. And then look, after the Dabo press conference, if I have a job opening, I'm absolutely kicking those tires.
Yeah.
Because things could be souring in Clemson. And that's why I think Dabo's kind of got Clemson by the balls here, is he's right. You can say he's not right about, like, I just learned how to coach. He's not right about not understanding what expectation does to a program, and when you fail to meet those expectations, or the disappointment of being so heralded entering the season only to fall so flat so early. But he is right about the simple fact that it's like, Clemson, can you do better? Who's out there? Who you going to go get? And if you go get somebody, just know I ain't retiring. Like, I'm not going gently into that night. I'm going to go coach somewhere. So I would definitely get in touch with him as well if I'm any school open.
All right, let's hit the Mississippi schools real quick. Ole Miss and LSU, that's next weekend. Massive game in Oxford. 2 years ago in Oxford, that's one of the best college football games of the season. I know your guys didn't come out on the – I say your guys. When you're playing them, they're our guys. I'll just but that said, when I look ahead to that game, if Ole Miss beats Tulane this weekend, Ole Miss could be favored in that game, even though LSU is a top 4, top 3 team. What do you think about that matchup when you look ahead to next weekend?
I have confidence because I think this LSU defense can hang with anybody at this point. Now, Trinidad Chambliss is exciting. Mm-hmm. More exciting than Austin Simmons. I mean, what's the word on the street? Should he play over Simmons?
If you're asking Brian Hadad, I would not make a change, but I think Kiffin would like to get Simmons back in. Just mainly, I think there's NIL considerations there. They're paying that guy a lot of money.
Yeah. Maybe you just give him as long as he needs to get 110% healthy as healthy can be, because he was struggling. Trinidad's a guy much more experienced, Division II champion. I always love guys that have won championships at lower levels, and you could almost feel that in his play last week. So I feel good about LSU and the fact that I feel good about them hanging with Ole Miss when LSU's on defense. Now, offense, I would say Ole Miss's defense, which is porous, should represent the perfect kind of get right game, but LSU's offense has kind of struggled regardless of who they have played this year. So being in Oxford, the nature of this series, I could see Ole Miss being a slight favorite, or maybe it's like a pick 'em, but the home field advantage pushes the edge to the Rebs.
And then here in Starkville, one of the better stories of the early season has been Mississippi State. They should win this weekend. They have Northern Illinois. They'll be 4-0 for, I think, only the 6th time in school history. First time since 2014 when obviously they were able to go to number 1. I don't think that's going to happen this season, but this is a massive game with Tennessee on Saturday the 27th. Part of this ridiculous day of college football that we get to enjoy on September the 27th. From what you've seen of State and what you've seen of Tennessee, could the Bulldogs pull off an upset?
Is the game in Knoxville?
It's in Starkville.
Then absolutely. All bets are off if that's the case. I mean, look, I still think Tennessee is a top 10 team in the country.
Yes.
Like it is more likely than not that Tennessee wins that game. But this is a different Mississippi State team. How they handled that Arizona State game, the rhythm of the game, taking the haymakers that they did, and then when it mattered most, coming up with the goal line stand, and then the game-winning touchdown against all odds, like that's a literal, visceral, tangible difference. Like you cannot deny that. And Jeff Lebby's a very good football coach. You cannot deny that either. And anytime you have an offense like that, you're going to have a chance. So I will say that Joey Aguilar's look way better than anyone else would have expected.
Yeah.
Like certainly Tennessee upgraded going from Iamaleava to Aguilar. But yeah, it's probably more likely than not that Tennessee wins. But I'll be cheering for State for what it's worth. I mean, you, Brian, I got Brandon, I got Rivers. I got a lot of State people in my life.
Got a maroon circle around.
Yes. I've even worn Mississippi State colors to an LSU.
You would have been a great
game.
Bulldog if it had worked out that way. You would have been a fantastic member to this family. One last question.
I can drink.
Yeah. And you like to eat barbecue. I mean, what else is it? One last question. The SEC announced today they're going to put out the new schedules for next year with the 9 games and the 3 permanents. That was just announced about a half hour ago. If you had the commissioner's job, or if you had the role there, who are LSU's 3 permanents?
Give me all the smoke. Okay. I want Alabama for sure.
Okay.
With a bullet. I want Ole Miss for sure.
Got to keep that.
With a bullet. And then it's tough because
Florida?
I was going to say for me personally, it is Florida. Mm-hmm. But Texas A&M does represent a bit of an interesting element as well.
Yeah.
I mean, LSU's largest alumni fan base is in Houston. That is a series that, while it was kind of it's one of those rare rivalries that was sort of synthetically made, but it has now achieved like organic hatred.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't have the history.
It's big in the 80s too.
Yeah, it was. But then they brought it back and it was kind of like, whatever. But now, I mean, Manziel game, 7-0T game, you've kind of been trading wins back and forth.
Yeah.
A&M fans are just fun to mess with. Again, the Houston connection. It's almost, it doesn't have near the history of the Florida series, but I would actually find myself leaning A&M, Alabama, Ole Miss, A&M.
All right. We'll see what happens when they make that announcement. Man, it's really good to talk to you. I'm glad.